everyone. Hello.
Okay, good morning.
I'm Andi and Fadhilah Ahmad, and yes,
It's Nadya Rahmadina Munawarah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Being far from home is not only about living in a new place, but also about facing emotional challenges such as homesickness, loneliness, and stress that can affect mental health. Before explaining further, I will introduce myself first. Hello everyone, my name is Nadya Rahmadina Munawarah, and my student ID number is 25109113200030. And today I will be presenting a topic entitled Far From Home Mental Health Effect of Homesickness and Adjustment Challenges. Let's move on to the material.
hello everyone. Have you feeling lonely or get a struggle to adapt to a new place far from home? Today, we're talking about homesickness and its impact on mental health, something many of us get this experience but rarely discussed openly. I'm Andi Fadhilah Ahmad, and let's dive into this important topic together. Let's get started. First, in introduction, I will tell why we choose the topic of homesickness. We choose the topic of homesickness because it's more common than people think, but nobody really talks about it. So many students today are living far from home for college or work, but they are quickly struggling with loneliness and stress. But almost of them didn't want to speak up because they don't want to seem weak. This hits close to home for us. Students who live at their hometowns face a lot, living independently for the first time, handling school pressure without family support, and adapting to a completely new environment all at once. So, in this presentation, we want to show that it's really okay to show struggle with being away from home. Well, we will share a practical coping tips and hope to start a real conversation about these challenges. By talking openly about homesickness, we can help each other feel less alone and create a more supportive community. That's tough. Even though mental health is talked about more now, homesickness that gets brushed aside.
Hi, my name is Ahdia Nesa Fathina, and I would like to explain what homesickness is. Homesickness is a complex emotional response triggered by reaction to the loss of a familiar environment, which result in prolonged physiological stress and impaired mood regulation during the adaptation process. This condition is particularly prevalent among students as new environmental change cause them to lose their regularity, routine, and social support that previously provided a sense of security and identity. Consequently, individuals often experience distinct symptoms, including prolonged sadness and a pervasive feelings of loss of direction. Furthermore, the pressure to adapt triggers an increased psychological stress response, leading to anxiety and sleep disturbances due to uncertainty. This cumulative emotional discomfort and mental vulnerability can significantly influence coping behavior, often prompting a reliance on ultra-processed foods for convenience and emotional relief. While this would provide temporary comfort, excessive consumption may negatively impact both physical health and psychological well-being, ultimately worsening the adjustment difficulties during this transition.
Hello. Good night, everyone. How are you? I hope you are always happy wherever you are. Today, I want to talk about symptoms of homesickness. But before we go into the topic, I want to introduce myself first. Okay, my name is Irsyad Abdurrahman. You can call me Irsyad. My student ID number is 109, 1131, and 0009. Okay, let's go to the topic. Okay, let's talk about it. We have several symptoms of homesickness. The first symptoms is prolonged sadness. What is prolonged sadness? Prolonged sadness occurs in homesickness because individuals experience emotional reactions to the loss of a familiar environment, resulting in prolonged psychological stress and impaired mood regulation during the adaptation process. If your previous environment made you feel comfortable, it will certainly be very difficult to adapt to a new environment. The second symptom is prolonged feeling of loss of direction. Why it's happened? New environmental change that cause individuals to lose their regularity, routine, and social support that previously provide a sense of security and identity. When everything has to be done independently, it can also be quite a challenge because everything feels like we have to take care of it ourselves. So the third symptom is sleep disturbance and anxiety. An increased psychological stress response makes it difficult for individuals to achieve quality sleep. Furthermore, the feeling of losing a familiar environment triggers anxiety due to anxiety and the need to adapt to a new environment.
Okay, good morning. Hello everyone. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Aulya Rahmah. I'm from group 23. Okay, now let's continue to the video. Okay, now we will discuss about why homesickness happens based on psychological factors. Several psychological factors can influence why someone feel homesickness, and it's happen more intensely than others. These factors include attachment theory, transition stress, culture shock, and personality factor. First, attachment theory. People who have a very close and secure relationship with their family often feel homesickness more intense. This is because their sense of safety and comfort is deeply connected to the people at home. When they move away, the sudden absence of familiar emotional support make adjustment harder. 2. Transition stress. Moving to a new environment means losing old routines like your usual schedule, your bedroom, your family interaction, and your daily habits. The brain needs time to build a sense of safety. During this adjustment period, it is normal to feel discomfort, confusion, or emotional instability. And 3 is culture shock. When the new place has different language, food, social norms, or even climates, it increases feeling of unfamiliarity. This sense of everything is different can make a person feel more isolated and anxious, which make homesickness stronger. And the last is personality factor. People who easily feel worried or sensitive to stress tend to experience stronger homesickness, and introvert individuals may take longer to make a new friends or build social comfort, and that's making the adjustment process slower. Okay, now we will talk about mental health effect based on short-term effects. Okay, first is stress and anxiety. Feeling tense and worried because everything around you is unfamiliar. The new environment, new people, and new routines can make your mind feel overloaded, causing your body to stay in a constant state of alert. This makes it harder to relax or feel comfortable. 2 is mood swings. Emotion can change quickly throughout the day. You may feel sad in the morning, okay in the afternoon, and suddenly irritated at night. This up and down happen because your brain is still trying to adjust to the big change in your life. Okay, 3 is lower productivity. When you feel homesick, it becomes harder to stay motivated. Simple tasks can take longer than usual, and you may feel less interested in studying or completing assignment. This temporary drop in productivity happen because your mind is focused on your feeling instead of your work. And the last is difficulty concentrating. It can be hard to pay attention in class or stay focused while studying. Your thought might keep drifting back to home, family, or the comfort of your usual routines. This distraction makes it difficult to absorb new information or stay engaged during lesson.
Next, we can explain the long-term effect that can occur when mental health challenges are not addressed properly. Over time, emotional strain and psychological distress can impact various aspects of a person's daily life, both physically and socially. Here are some of the potential long-term consequences. The first one is a risk of anxiety disorder. Prolonged stress or emotional instability can increase the risk of developing anxiety disorder. This may include excessive worry, panic attack, or difficulty managing everyday pleasure. The next one is a mild to moderate depression. Persistent negative emotion may lead to mild or moderate depression. Symptoms can include loss of interest, low energy, persistent sadness, and reduced motivation. The next one is social withdrawal. One common long-term effect is social withdrawal. Individuals may begin to isolate themselves from friends, family, or social activities because they feel overwhelmed, insecure, or emotionally drained. The second last one is a chronic sleep disorder. Untreated mental health struggle can also disturb sleep patterns. People may experience insomnia, oversleeping, or irregular sleep cycles, which further affect their health and productivity. And the last one is a decline in academic or work performance. Finally, mental health issues can negatively influence concentration, memory, and overall performance. This can cause a noticeable decline in academic results or work productivity.
Hello everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Aizy with student ID number 2510911310014. Here, I will explain about adjustment challenge in a new environment. When someone enters a new environment, such as starting university, changing school, or moving to a new place, they usually face academic and social challenge. The first aspect is academic challenge. There are 3 points in academic challenge. Point number 1 is adapting to new learning style, having to adjust to learning method that are different from before. And point number 2 is increased workload, more and more difficult assignment requiring better time management. And point number 3 is foreign language in class, difficulty understanding the material due to unfamiliar language or terminology. And the second aspect is social challenge. Social challenge also have 3 points. Points number 1 is difficulty making new friends. It takes time and courage to get to know new people. And point number 2 is feeling culturally different. Difference in custom or value makes social adaptation more difficult. And point number 3 is pressure to fit in. Feeling the new to adjust in order to be accepted by the new environment.
Next a coping strategies for homesickness. First, don't isolate yourself. Call your hometown friends and family, tell them how do you feel, and they will be there for you when you might not have many friends yet. Two, keep practicing your hobbies. Do sports, music, or anything you like. This will give you a sense of purpose and will remind you of things you do when you're back at home. It's making you feel more normal and life's not as much as cage. 3. Go outside. 4. Personalize your space, like make your dorm room super duper cozy and eventually it feel like home. Next, I will give stay healthy, take vitamins, keep up with your hygiene, eat when you are hungry, and do your skincare. Taking care of yourself will make you feel instantly better. Then the last one, try to meet people from your hometown who may share similar experience as you and will remind you of home. This is a coping strategies for a homesickness.
On this side, we will talk about building resilience in a new environment. Entering a new environment, such as moving to a new city, starting university, or joining a new social setting, often brings emotional challenges. To adapt well, we need resilience, which is the ability to cope, adjust, and stay mentally strong during change. This slide highlights several key strategies that help us build that resilience. The first one is develop self-awareness toward emotions. The first step is developing self-awareness. This means paying attention to our emotion, understanding what we feel, and recognizing how new situations affect us. By being aware, we can respond more effectively rather than feeling overwhelmed. The next one is dare to try new things. The next point is having the courage to try new things. New environment offer new opportunities, and stepping out of our comfort zone help us grow, build confidence, and adapt more quickly. The second last one is learn to accept the imperfection of the adaptation process. Another important part of resilience is accepting that adaptation isn't always smooth. It's normal to make mistakes, feel uncertain, or struggle at first. Accepting this imperfection helps reduce pressure and allows us to move forward at our own pace. And the last one is use local support system, friends, mentors, campus counselors. The last point is using the support system available around us, such as friends, mentors, or campus counselors. Having a supportive network makes the transition easier, provide emotional comfort, and help us solve challenges together. By developing emotional awareness, embracing new experience, and making use of the support around us, we can gradually build resilience and thrive in any new environment.
Alright, we are almost at the end of presentation. Here, I will summarize the result of our presentation. Homesickness is a normal condition, but it is important to recognize and deal with it. With the right coping strategies, individuals can adaptation, grow stronger, and even thrive in a new environment. Distance from home is not the end of comfort, but the beginning of learning to become more independent and resilient.